Good evening traders and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Monday the 10th of August 2020 and the time is currently 18 minutes past 9 PM UK time. Traders, welcome to the channel. Hope you're going to enjoy this little presentation here. If you've been here before traders, welcome back. Either way, if you're going to enjoy what we're putting out here, come across, press on the bell icon, subscribe to the channel. All of that way you make sure that you get all of the content that we put out when we put it out. So hope you're all keeping safe, traders. It's really a strange world out there right now, isn't it? And this has certainly been a time for contemplation. It's certainly been a time for you to think about your future or our futures. And it's certainly a time to hone your trading skill. Now, I'm going to jump across into the chart here because I just want to show you a position that I've just put on. Although we're not live, when I say we're not live yet, it's a limit order, so that limit order hasn't yet triggered. So we're here on the 3 monthly chart of the US dollar Swiss franc, the US dollar Swissy. Okay, and the basis of this trade is more technical than fundamental. Okay, because we're sideways on this chart, but we feel that there's been a technical breakdown in this market which could be significant. And the reason I'm saying that is if you just take a look at, let's just get my little arrow here. Take a look at this level here. Okay, take a look at this level here. Take a look at this level here. And then finally, take a look at what's happened right here. Now, as you can see, this is way back in 2015. Let me fatten this up so you can see what I'm talking about. Fatten that right up. Price came down to that level, tested that level. In fact, it tested it twice and took off. Couldn't close below that level. Again, we're here now in February 2018, some 3 years later. Price came down to that level, tested that level and took off back up to the upside again. We move across now to 2020 and price came back down into that level, tested the level and again was unable to break through that level. Now that to me is a significant level. There's significant support at that level, okay? But all levels of support and resistance at some point are going to get broken, okay? Now, if I just fatten up this chart, and if you have a look at this level, this big red bar here now, let's fatten it right up. What you will see is price has now pushed through that level. Okay, you can see that there, price has pushed right through that level now, closed below that level, and now in this bar here, this 3 monthly bar here is correcting. That's what prompted me to go down to the daily chart. And I've seen this, I've seen price come down, look to try and take off, be rejected, come back down, give us a double bottom, which a lot of people are thinking we're going to be buying here, okay? And come back up and is now testing that area. Let's go further down the time frames and let's just see what we see. Okay, now in this area here where I have put my limit order, there is a number of Fibonacci, support and resistance, supply and demand, even some Elliott wave confluence right in that area there, and that's why I've placed a sell limit order in that area. We're only risking 7.75% of our account, and we're looking to make it. It's a big trade, guys. I mean, if we have a home run with this trade, let me just auto that up. I mean, look how far we could go. Look at where our take profit is. That's some 800 and odd pips away, and we've got a 77 or 78 pip risk here, which we've limited it down. We've reduced. We've sized the size down. What I'm trying to say is we've sized it down, so we're only risking 0.75%. So guys, if we get triggered in this trade, I will come back and I'll let you know, and from then on we're in. You know, our money's out there to risk and we'll see how we go on. But traders, keep sticking to your plan. Remember, this time of the year the market is very, very slow. Even during the coronavirus, this time of year the market is really slow, and consequently, if I just show you what's got me interested in this market, this pair, is look at this big downtrend, long-term downtrend Okay, and here we are now correcting that downtrend. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hop on board that big correction to see if we can't ride this down for some pips. So traders, I'm going to leave it there for now. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're all keeping safe. And I will catch you all very, very soon. Good night, traders. Good evening, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Tuesday, the 11th of August 2020, and the time is 3 minutes to 8 PM UK time. Traders, if this is your first time to the channel, I want to welcome you to Hautrader UK. Hope you're going to enjoy this very short video that I'm just about to put out. And if you've been here before, I hope you're still getting content from all the stuff that we're putting out there, traders. It's really encouraging to know that some of the comments that we're receiving, some of the emails that we're getting, that you guys are starting to see the importance of the way we trade here. Now, if you like the channel, feel free to come across here, select the bell icon, press on the subscribe button, leave comments. All of that just lets us know that we're doing a good job here. And not even only that, it gets the YouTube algorithm to pick us up and start getting this content out to more people. So this is a short video here today, just a informational video really. Last night we shot a short video on a pair that we were looking to get into, the US dollar Swiss franc. And here I am on the 3-month chart of that pair right now. And what I said was that this market pretty much for years and years and years now has been pretty much sideways. Let's just look at this. Has been pretty much sideways in its nature. Okay, if I just push this along here, you can see that this market has been pretty much sideways now for a long time. Now what happened in this bar here was that price broke below that immediate sideways channel, if you like, and is trading below that level now. So that was an alert to me to keep an eye on this chart, this pair. And as I go down to the daily chart, what I then saw, if I just fatten this up for you a moment, what I then saw in this chart was these levels here. These levels of where price has come down to this level. Let's just move that across a little bit. Where price has come down to this level and been rejected. Okay, so on 3 occasions on this monthly chart, price has come down into this level here and price has been rejected, to climb back up to this level here, back down again. So price has pretty much just sort of bounced. Let's just get this tool here. Price pretty much has just bounced in between this little range here, not going anywhere. Okay, and this has gone on since, well, I'm going to show you how long this has gone on since. Look at this, guys. This started in January 2015. So in January 2015, the US dollar Swiss franc was in this range here, and price has not traded below this level. It may have spiked slightly below, but it's certainly not closed below on a monthly basis. And has only once or twice on a monthly basis traded above this level here. So there's this range, this important range that price has been in. Now, what's significant about the next move, let me just fatten that up, is in this red bar here, price finally broke below that level, okay? Thus breaking the stronghold that this level had on this market for downward prices or further downward movement in this price. Now, what I'm thinking is that because we have now broken that low, we're now going to look to find the next level of support. Price potentially could trade down, okay? And this is the level down here that I've picked as a take profit. And when I look at that level there, and I take it from where we entered, we're some well, 800 and odd pips away. So we're a long way away. So let's go down now, keep going down the time frames and show you how we entered the trade or what we was looking at. So what I saw on the daily chart was this little double bottom here, and as price moves back up into this area here, we sold the market. Now, a lot of traders are going to see this double bottom and think, right, this signals a change in trend, and some of the time they could be right, but generally speaking, the trend is down on a massive basis on this. And look at this. Okay, this is sideways, but even the longer term trend, is down here, guys. If I can get hold of my tool, even the longer term trend is down here. Okay, and what all of this is a correction of that trend. Now, what I'm looking at is an end. What I'm trying to hop on board now is the end of the end of this correction. And what I'm hoping is the break of this important level of structure here is the signal to now go short. So what I then did is I went down the time frames all the way down. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart and then the 1-hour chart. Let's see what we saw. Okay. So when I shot the video last night, we were somewhere down here, and what I did is I placed a fib retracement of this swing here and a 618 in entry right here. But what happened, as you can see, price came up close to that level and didn't trigger. But today price has come down and rallied back up into that area, and we are now short the US dollar Swiss franc. So it's now a case of looking to see what can happen. There's our stop loss up there. Okay, so what's going to be the next thing in this trade? Well, either price is going to come up into our stop loss and it's going to take us out. That's one thing that could happen. The next thing that could happen is we could get to a level where we're break even. And let's just, as per usual, do what we normally do to measure out, to decide where I take break even on this trade. So what I'm just doing now is I'm measuring out my risk in the market. So this bar represents my risk in the market. Okay. And what I then do is I place a line just at the bottom of that risk. Let me just change that line. Change it to get my template, take 50% of the position. Okay, so what I'm looking for, this is now a 1-to-1 from that entry to here is a 1-to-1. So what I'm actually looking for is price to come down to this level. Okay, and it's at this level where I'm going to take off half of our position. Just lift that back up a bit. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to place an alert in that level just to remind me, so when price crosses down through this level once per bar, and this just allows me to take off 50% of that position. Now on my real trading account, I trade 2 positions. So effectively what I will do here on my real trading account is I'll take off just 1 position and let the other position slide. So let's just set that into the market. Okay, so there is now, and a little clock there shows you that that alert is set. Now let's just have a look. Should price get to that level? Okay, let's just have a quick look at what we're looking at here. Should price get to this level, we will have made approximately call it 150 pips, give or take. We will have made approximately 150 pips on half of our position. What we will then do is we will take off half of the position, but we will leave our stop loss where it is. Now, the rationale behind that is that a lot of the times, previously, what I used to get is we used to get a lot of break-even trades. And what would happen is price would come back up into our entry level, take us out, and then continue in the area that we had originally sold. Now, to negate that, what we did is we decided that when price gets 2-to-1, we would take off half of our position, but we would leave our stop where it is. Now, there's a couple of things that this does, okay? One, if you do hit targets, obviously you reduce the amount of profit that you're taking because you're only taking profit on half of the position as opposed to the whole position. However, the trade-off with that is that it's proved more profitable for us to be to have this area here, basically because a lot of times price can get to your break even, come all the way back up in here, mess about in here, do all sorts of things, get you all nervous, and then bam. and off you go. And what was happening to us is that we were having a lot of break-evens, which isn't a bad thing, guys. Let's be honest. A break-even from trading is a bad thing. If you don't lose money in any one trade, in my opinion, that's a win. But in this situation here, what was happening is we had a high percentage of these break-even trades. This now allows us to stay in a trade even if price moves beyond our initial entry. So what happened? What would be the situation if price did take us out? Okay, let's say if price, what I mean to say is, what would be the situation if price moved down to a situation where we can take off half of the position, and then price moved back up into our sort of little zone here and then took us out? Well, the situation is we've made 2 to 1 on half of the position. It's a winning trade, guys. So not only have we sort of left our stop where it is and allowed us the possibility or a more chance of price turning in our favor, but if price does go against us, we still win. To me, that's a win-win situation. So traders, let's see what happens with this trade now. You know, we're in the market, we're short this pair. Fundamentally, this pair is a bit meh, it's a bit sideways, but technically speaking, we like this technical setup, and that's why we're taking a shot at this. So let's see how it goes, traders, and I'll keep you informed of the next move. Thank you, traders, and I'll catch you all really, really soon. Good evening, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Tuesday, the 18th of August 2020, and the time here in UK is 21 minutes past 10 UK time. Traders new and old, welcome back to Hautrader UK. Hope you're going to enjoy this very short little presentation that I'm about to do for you. Traders, if this is your first time to the channel, come across, subscribe, leave a comment. That way you'll get to find out every time that we put something up on YouTube, that you'll get the notification straight away. And if you've been here before, traders, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for spending your time here with Hautrader UK, and I seriously hope that you're getting value from all of the content that we're putting out. Now, guys, I'm going to try and keep this quite short tonight, because what it is I'm going to break down a trade which I've already broken down when we entered the trade, but I just want to do a small recap as to why a solid technical analysis is so important in trading. Now, as I've mentioned, more and more here at Hautrader UK, we're starting to incorporate the fundamentals in our trading, but we still have a solid technical analysis skill here that we use. Now, what I'm going to show that to you here. I'm going to show you how that has worked out in this trade. The pair that I'm talking about, guys, is the USD Swiss franc pair, the US dollar Swiss franc. Now, I'm going to take it from the top down, but I'm going to start from the monthly chart. And the first thing, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to start here on the 3 monthly chart. And the first thing that I want to bring to your attention, okay, is the fact that this pair has been pretty much sideways for quite some time. Let me just show you what I mean. This pair has pretty much been sideways for quite a long time. And when I say quite a long time, this bar here is back in January 2015. And if you can see, price has just been bouncing up and down in between that range. I'm just going to remove this bottom bar here because it's quite significant. Now, let me go down the time frames now. Let's go to the monthly chart, okay? And the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to bring your attention to some points which I find are quite critical. So there you have the horizontal line, which gives you the sort of the top of the range of where price has been gravitating in between. And basically, what you've had price doing is price has just been. Price has just been going up and down very happily between this level, up again and down again. And what you've got here, guys, is just price has just been in a range. It's been in this range for years now, since 2015. And there's and the reason I am attracted to this pair is not this time because of fundamental reasons. It's actually because of a technical reason and something quite important technical that has happened in this chart. Now, as I showed you in the videos earlier, these are the things I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this wick here. I wanted to show you this wick here. Oopsie daisy, this wick here, and also this wick here. Let me just fatten that up. Now look at this wick here, guys. Look at it. Let's just move that down a bit. So look what's happened in this wick. Price has come down through this level here. It couldn't close below this level, and price took back off again. Price then came down a second time, couldn't close below that level. This is really quite important. Price could not close below that level, and this time price rallied up to the top of the range and then messed around at the top of range then for some time. 3 years later, guys, February 2018, price comes back down into that level again, and look what has happened, guys. Price has been rejected from that level. That to me is really, really quite significant. And a few years later, price comes down into that level again. 2 years later, price comes down into that level again and is once again rejected. So this, on a monthly chart, these are monthly bars. Price has come down into this level, down into this level, down into this level. And each time price has been rejected at that level. Now, let me get rid of these arrows because I want to show you what really got my attention with this chart. What really got my attention, let me go down to the, was I looking at it at the daily time frame? One moment there. Weekly. What really got my attention, I'm just trying to see which bar it was that price broke through that level, guys. Price broke through that level. Let's go back up to the monthly chart. Price on this bar broke through that level and closed below that level. Okay, that to me was an indicator that this horizontal support system here had now been breached. We potentially could have lower prices. Now, what I then did, and I'll tell you what that alert is for about in a minute. What I then did is I went down to the time frames. I went down to the daily time frame, and at that time, what I could see was price had come down below, and we had this double bottom here. And I said that a lot of people will be buying this double bottom because they feel that price is going to be a buy from that double bottom. Now, to me, all I could see was a correction in a downtrend, guys. That's all I could see in this area here. And what I then did as I continued to go down the time frames is I then began to look for an area to get short. And what then happened is I found this area up here. And if you can see this little red arrow here, this is where we got triggered in this trade. Price went against us a little, and look at what's happened now, guys. This blue line down here is a 2 to 1. 2 to 1 of this risk. So let me just tell you what that 2 to 1 is. So here is our entry right here. In fact, let me use this line here. Here is our entry right here. Okay? And what we then did is, so there's a 1 to 1. Okay? And then we move price down. Price then came down to here, which is a 2 to 1. So what does that mean as far as pips is concerned? Well, what that means is, guys, let's go into this level here where price came down into today. In fact, let's go to where price is now, because that's a reality. That's 138 pips, guys, that we've accumulated in this trade. So at the moment we are currently 138 pips up in this trade. Now, the blue line, as you can see, says take 50% off of this position. And that's what I'm going to do now, because price has moved down some 139 pips in our favour. I'm now in a position where I can take off half of this position. And that's what I'm going to do here in front of you. So what you can see here is the lot size is 89,535. If I halve that, I've got to buy back 44,767 in this lot size, and I'll explain why. We have sold this market, okay? So we're short this market. And what do you have to do to cancel out a short? Well, you have to carry out a buy. Now, I don't want to buy 89,535 of this pair, because what I'll be doing if I did that is I'd be closing the whole position. So to close half of the position, I want to buy 44,767. So that's what I'm going to do here. So what I do is I modify. So what do I want to do? I want to buy at market, and there's the 89,535. I've got to half that. I want to buy 44,767. So that's half of that position. Okay, buy at market 44,767. So what you should find is this figure here, this lot size will half, as will this amount here. So let's just put that into the market now, guys, and let's bank the half of that trade there. And there you go. So now the lot size has halved, as has the pound and pence figure. So we've just banked on half of our position 139 pips. And traders, I can only say to you that if you watch the analysis that went into this, this can only happen for you if you've got a system which you repeat day in and day out in the markets. And I'm hoping that you're beginning to see that when we stick to the system, yes, we have losses, guys. And dependent on that system, the percentage of losses to wins is going to differ. Dependent on each trader, the percentages of win to losses is going to differ. But for me, it's pretty much a 60% win to loss ratio, okay, with this trading system. So it's a very, very profitable trading system, but it does demand patience because of the long time frames that we use. The fact that we're starting to incorporate fundamentals into our decision making is giving us more confidence now in our trades. So I hope you enjoyed that little presentation, guys. I hope, again, another 139 pips on half of our position. That's a great trade so far. So what's left in this trade? Well, what I can do is I can now remove this. And I just want to show you where our stop is in this trade, where our take profit is, I should say. Look at that. So if you consider we've made 139 pips in that small move there, look how far we can fall, guys. And again, I don't know when this trade is going to end. It may go back and take me out. At which point I'll be happy with the pips that we have made. I can't lose in this trade, okay? Can't lose in this trade. Or hopefully at some time during 2020, we will see price down at those levels, put in some profit in our bank account. Traders, I'm going to leave it there. Stick to your plan. Fall in love with the process of your trading, and you will find that sooner rather than later, your trading will slowly but surely become more consistent. So traders, welcome to Hautrader UK. Thank you for your time, and I will catch you really, really soon. Good night, traders. Good evening, traders, and welcome to Hautrader UK. It's currently Wednesday, the 23rd of September 2020, and the time is just about to turn 20 to 12 p.m. UK time. Hope you're all well, traders, and I just want to jump across into the charts here just to talk to you about a trade which is just completed, but I just want to talk to you very briefly about how it went. So we're here on the 3-monthly chart of the Swiss franc, the US dollar Swiss franc. And if you remember earlier on in the video, I was bearish and still am bearish the US dollar, bullish the Swiss franc. So I sold this pair. So let me just go down the charts and let me just give you an idea of what happened here. Now, what you can see, let me fatten this up. What you can see over here is a little red arrow. In fact, let me just remove this box because that'll give you a better idea. So what you will see just here in this bar here on the daily chart, we sold in this bar. In fact, let me come down to the 4-hour chart. Let's make this a bit more easier to comprehend. Okay. So in this bar here, there's the red arrow. We sold our US dollar Swiss franc. Price has since pushed down to this blue arrow here in this bar. Here's the blue arrow. That allowed us to take off 144 pips on half of our position, guys. Excellent, excellent trade. Now, unfortunately on this occasion, price didn't push down. Price has meandered back up and take us out, just not long taken us out in this bar here. So, based on the way that I trade and the way I take my stops to break even, okay, this trade has left me with 65 pips. Once again, traders, the trade has not gone how we wanted it to because our stop was down here, but we still end up making 65 pips. Guys, this system, hopefully you're beginning to see that this system, even when things don't go your way, you can still make money. And that's not many systems can say that. So all this is based on is a set of rules, and us or me going into the trade the same way every time, looking for the same thing, and to get a set of rules. Now, as you know, we've had a lot of these trades at the moment that are not hitting the second targets, but that's okay, guys, because we're still making pips. Sooner or later, some of these pips are going to give us 300, 400, 500, 600 pips, just like earlier on in the year, you know. But the main thing is our capital is staying solid and growing a little. So I'm going to leave it there, traders. I've still got some trades on which we're going to look at when they come to an end. Hopefully that won't be too long, but I'll catch you all soon. Thank you, traders. Take care.